So to be honest, it's probably way too late in the game to be messing with this, but I wanted to make you guys a quick video. I'm gonna do a very extreme, very serious episode of what is in the bag, or maybe more appropriately, what is in the bags. Get this adjusted up. All right, so this is a big weekend on a lot of different levels. 1 year ago, this weekend was literally my very first drone race in Kansas City. That's pretty cool. This upcoming Tuesday marks 1 year since I stopped daily vlogging. Christy says this has been the shortest year of our lives, and last year was the longest year of our lives. To top all that off, this weekend I'm heading to Oxnard. I'm heading to Southern California for the Night Fury call-out race against Dolma FPV. Super excited to be going to this race. I'm going to it not just a race because I'm gonna get completely thrashed. I'm going to this event to live stream the event. And we are dead set on making this the absolute best grassroots live stream in the history of drone racing. So we've got some really cool ideas we're gonna incorporate and we cannot wait. So if you're not doing anything Saturday, Sunday, especially in the afternoon, tune in and check out the live stream. It's gonna be on Facebook. I'm sure I'll be sharing it, so be sure and add me there. It's gonna be on the Open Grove Facebook page. So definitely check out the live stream. It's gonna be a blast. Most of the top pilots in the country are gonna be there. And there's also some schmucks there like me. So I did wanna do a quick what's in the bag because this is kind of like the first race of the season, as I'll consider it. I do have my fleet put together. It's pretty much all completely set except for one thing. I am currently flying. Oh, I should have done this earlier before I packed. Here's some drones. So I currently have 4 identical builds that are all the exact same parts. I have one ESC that's different. Otherwise, it's all the exact same parts. The difference is the configuration of the arms. This is kind of the normal Floss 2 with 5.5-inch arms, frame, so forth and so on. And then this is what I call the Floss 2.Z. This is not official. Mr. Kebab did not invent this one, but I figured out a way to make it weird. So Timothy, also known as Sky, who's on Team Heart of America FPV, shout out to Tim. He's got an amazing Z frame called the Zypher. It's been selling like so fast. He offered to send me one for free to test out, to try out, but they've been selling out like every batch. So I said, hey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna test a Z with my Floss frame. And the reason I'm able to do this is Surge Piro had some misprints of their bottom plate. They had a bunch of bottom plates made that were supposed to be 3mm thick, and instead they were 2mm thick. 2mm is technically too thin for the bottom plate, but it's perfect for a top plate. So I took that bottom plate, I took a Dremel tool to it so there was a spot for the camera, and made it the top plate. Mondo from Heart of America FPV is currently working on a team frame design, and a big part of that design is mounting the flight controllers and pretty much everything but the ESC to the top plate. So since I have a bottom plate as my top plate, I was able to do that too. I'll pop up a quick photo, but this is really, really neat because it allows you to crack this sucker open and get to the 4-in-1 ESC. So I guarantee you whatever frame Mondo works up in this configuration is the easiest frame you will ever swap a 4-in-1 ESC on. So we're super excited about this, but I'm super excited about the Z. Honestly, this weekend, I'm planning to fly the Z in every heat unless I break them. I've pretty much decided I'm gonna fly a Z frame for this season. But let's talk about the components because that's really what matters other than my quirky configuration for my arms. But I am running currently the Pyroflip Hyperlite Floss 2.1, 2.0, 2.1, 2.Z, kind of mixed up, okay? I'm running the Hyperlite 2207, 1722 kV high voltage motors, which means I am running 6S. Continuing on the Hyperlite Pyroflip Hype Train, and I'm running the Pyroflip F4 OSD flight controller. I'm using race wire on most of the builds. I am rocking the Mach 2 VTX. I love it because it's got MMCX. I will never buy a VTX again for my main race rigs. It's got a UFL. MMCX is the way to go. So that's in there. And then on ESCs, I'm doing an experiment. I'm giving the Racerstar 30 or 35, I don't even know what the amp rating is, but Racerstar has an ESC that Ready Day Quads has been selling for $31. And I've been rocking it in this builds, and so far I've probably put 20 packs through these ESCs now, and it has been rock solid. So 3 of the quads have that ESC. That's what I'm planning on running. One of the quads has a SpeedX 35 amp in it. So the 35 amp SpeedX isn't technically rated for 6S, but it's been working, so I haven't swapped it out. This season, I'm also running the Foxier Predator micro camera. I'm doing that because it's got the lowest latency on the market from what Oscar Lang's data has shown us. And what I learned from doing the DRL sim is that latency matters hugely. and this camera could very well be a frame faster than any other camera on the market. So that's super duper cool. The Axii antennas on the Z frames, I'm running this style. I don't prefer this, even though the video's not as great. I do prefer like the button on the back. That guy, that's an MMCX straight up antenna. I love that antenna setup. I got the fin that I found on Thingiverse, so I can hopefully do some turtle moding. It's not pretty because my printer sucks, but Mondo made a series of camera mounts that mount your camera to like the Floss 2 frame or the Proton, anything with this spacing. Mount your camera, but it also holds and locks your camera angle. So I'm running 55 degrees camera angle. I thought I had been running like 60, 65 degrees because I want to be one of the cool kids. But when I put in the 55 degree camera angle and I tried the 50 degree camera angle, I've probably been running like 53 degrees of camera angle. But check that guy out. I'll give you some close-up shots of the get up here. There it is. It's all blacked out. All blacked out. Other things, I'm sure people want to know, what batteries am I running? Right now, I haven't decided what battery I'm going to run for the season. I have a handful of the Piro Flip 1250 6S. Who cares batteries? They've been great for me. I have the Ombos. Zach, also known as Falcon X, he gave me one of their 1250s, and I've been running it, and it is a monster pack. It's actually very, very similar to the Piro pack, but it's like 7-8 grams lighter, which is a big deal. I still want to try out the Gens Ace 1250, and I also want to try out the Pulse 1250. To me, I'm looking for a 1250 milliamp hour battery that's as light as possible. I don't know that C rating even matters, but I want it cheap as well. So that's what we're doing for batteries. Props. I'm running the Dow Cyclone 5046s. Love those props. I felt like I went through every prop on the market until I landed on that one, and that prop has been solid for me for like 6 months. So all in for the Dow Cyclone 5046s. And that's the setup. Obviously, I'm rocking Fatshark HD3s, Taranis SE with not just M9 gimbals. Thanks to Colby and the Velocidrone live stream, I was able to upgrade to the M9 red gimbals, which makes your throttle throw a lot shorter. So love, love, love that. The rest of the gear I'm taking to California pretty much all has to do with the live stream. I'm literally taking 4 gigantic bags to California, and I'm going by myself. I'm pretty much a chick. So that's this bag in a nutshell. This bag is full of vlogging and camera equipment, also LiPo batteries, because I have to carry those on. That's the plan there. I've got a carry-on bag over here that my desktop computer is going in, because do not check a desktop computer. Bad idea, as I learned. So, and I've got another checked bag with sound equipment in it. I've got a mixer, I've got my DVR for the live stream, I've got a crap ton of cables, all kinds of junk. So this bag weighs 49 pounds, the other one weighs 48. Thanks for checking this out. I've got links in the description to everything I talked about. Be sure and check those links out. The ones on Amazon help me out. Thank you. So feel free to click those. Check out the live stream this weekend. We're gonna have a handful of the top pilots in the world sitting down and answering questions on the stream. So feel free to tune in, and we would love some interaction from you on the live stream this weekend from the OG Open Grove in Southern California. Thanks for checking this out, and we'll catch you next time on Heart of America FPV. Later.